Hello, welcome back. My name is Sam. If you are new here or you are returning and need a reminder, I am a professionally trained beauty and special effects makeup artist. I used to freelance, I don't anymore, but I still like to sit down and play around with makeup. So that's what we did today. This video in particular is only for the eye look and the lip combo. If you would like to see the base makeup, lost my focus. If you would like to see the base makeup, I am doing that in a separate video, so I will have it on the channel, and I will hopefully remember to link it in this one, but if I don't, it'll be on my channel. Anyway, so this eye look is using the Morphe Vava Bloom palette. It gave me all sorts of inspiration for like a very light, pinky, romantic kind of vibe. It's just very light. So that's what we did today. This is what we ended up with. I didn't want to do anything too dramatic. I felt like my last video was pretty dramatic. So I wanted to kind of dial it back and give a bit of a lighter option. So I think it turned out pretty cute. If you would like to see how we got here, then stick around. Alrighty, so jumping straight in, I already primed my eyes with the Kevyn Aucoin Etherealist Supernatural Concealer in medium 3, and then I just set it using a powder brush and the e.l.f. loose translucent setting powder. So today I think we're going for like a soft matte, kind of romantic vibe kind of feeling eye look. So we're gonna use the Morphe Vava Bloom palette. It has these really pretty, like, it's not focusing. It has these really pretty, can you focus? Will you focus if I take my head out of the way? Yeah, okay. It has these really pretty, like, kind of like floral, like blushy shades. Anyway, so those are what I'm going to use today. Like I said, I think we're going to go for like a soft matte kind of look. I don't think I'm going to use a shimmer. I'm going to go in with this guy right here, which is just like a neutral transition color, and a Wing Me 07. This is a brush that I got in an Ipsy bag, and I actually haven't used it before. It has cat hair in it. Anyway, I actually haven't used it before, so we'll see how it performs. How is there still cat hair in this? Get out. Okay. So I think I want to focus this more so on the outer, like, third of my eyeball, kind of dragging remnants in a little bit, but I don't want to make it too heavy on the inside of my eyes because I'm really trying to go for like a open and youthful kind of look. So I'm just gonna keep building that up until I feel good with where we're at. And you'll notice I'm going above where my actual crease is, and that is because I have hooded eyes. So if I were to go in my actual crease, which would be right here, that little like indent above where your eyeball sits, when I open my eyes, it would completely disappear. Like, you can see it in there. If I lift my eyebrow up, there's a section in here that is technically the crease of my eyeball. But if I relax my face and I look straight forward, it gets folded underneath and you can't see anything that gets put there. So for people with hooded eyes, you kind of gotta fake a crease a little bit. So I'm going above where my crease is, and I'm kind of winging it out at the end toward the tail of my eyebrow. I don't want to drag it down because that's going to make my eyes look like they turn down. I don't personally like that. I know that's kind of a style for a specific kind of makeup look, but it's not really my kind of thing. I don't particularly like it on myself. So, and I said this in my last video, but if you haven't seen that, when you're blending your eyeshadows, hold your brushes towards the end of them. Too much pressure pushes the brushes in, or bristles, pushes the bristles into your skin, and they can't do their full job. So if you hold them softly at the end here, you're letting the ends of the bristles and the design of the brush do the work for you rather than trying to manually like buff it out. I think that's where I'm gonna leave the transition shade. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of pull whatever's left on my brush, just really messily and blown out, like into that area right underneath the front of my eyebrow, just because I don't want it to look like there's a harsh stop from where we placed the actual transition shade. Now I'm gonna go in with this pink shade right here, if you could focus, this pink shade right here. I think I'm gonna go for more of like a rosy kind of tone today. So I'm gonna use this, look, I apologize for the amount of brushes that I have that do not have a brand name on them or even a number because it's kind of ridiculous, but I have another blending brush that does not have, I have another blending brush that does not have a name on it, but this is it. It's just a little bit smaller. Oh, focus on my hand. Thank you. It's just a little bit smaller than of some of the bigger fluffy blending brushes that I have, and I'm going for a little more precise today. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick that pink up, and then I think we're just gonna go in kind of right on top of where we put that transition shade. And again, kind of pulling it out toward the end of my eyebrow rather than following the roundness of the outside of my eye. All right, so I think we're just about blended with the pink. It's not, I mean, you can see it's not it's not super opaque or like super loud, but that's not what I'm going for today. I definitely want like a soft matte, like romantic kind of vibe. So think more along the lines like Valentine's Day, like date night kind of makeup, like not over the top. So, oh, keep that out of the camera. So I think I'm good with where that's at. So we're gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of depth to where I'm faking a crease. So to deepen up, I'm gonna take this shade right here. If it'll focus on, oh, my finger's in the way. If it'll focus on it, I'm gonna take this shade right here. It looks a little more brown on camera, but it's kind of like a mauve kind of. It's a little brown, but it leans a little more so on the mauve side. So, oh, and for a brush, this is a Real Techniques brush. Put my palette down so you can actually see the brush. This is a Real Techniques brush. It is a, let's see See if I can turn it around. You can see it? Nope, kind of. It's a Real Techniques 201, and it's a pointed shader brush. I already picked up some of the product on it, so that's why it's kind of a mauvey color on the end. And then I'm gonna tap off the excess. Morphe shadows typically have quite a bit of kickback. They're very nice, very easy to blend, but in the pan they've got quite a bit of kickback, so there's a decent amount on your brush when you pick it up. So I just tap off the excess, and then I'm gonna go in and first place exactly where I want this shade, and then I'll blend it out. So, and like I said before, because I have hooded eyes, I'm gonna go above where my actual crease is. That way I can fake and you can still see the shadow. So I'm just gonna build it up. I'm gonna pick some more up. Just gonna build it up on this outer corner, and you'll see I'm going straight up. Oh shit, I almost dropped it. I've been presented with dinner. So, go in on the other eye and try to match it. Possibly the hardest part for me, because for some reason, when it comes to my left eye, can't figure it out. And this brush is pretty cool because it has a pointed tip. So you can be really precise with where you place your eyeshadow, and then you can turn it kind of to its side and use, I gotta put this palette down because it's focused on my face, but you can turn it kind of to its side and use, focus, and use like the edges of the bristles, because there's bristles short down here and then they kind of taper up toward the top. So it's a pretty cool little brush. I like it. I've had it for quite a long time. Anyway, so when I go in to blend, I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna kind of turn it on its side a little bit, and then I'm pulling the excess shadow. I haven't picked up any more on my brush, but I'm pulling what's left on the brush and what's on my eye a little toward the center, so we have a nice smooth blend. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with that pink color. If I can actually successfully get it on camera. I'm gonna go back in with that light pink matte right there. And the same brush that we used the first time for it. I'm gonna go right on top of where I applied that mauve shade and just blend her out. Again, I want it to be really soft. Just added that mauve shade for a little extra definition. My cat is being a menace as usual. I'm gonna go back with that transition shade that we used originally, and the same brush, the Wing Me 7, just a little bit right on top of where all of this pink is to help kind of blend it smoothly into my skin tone. Okay, so if you look at these two eyes side by side, I'll lean in forward a little bit so you can see. If you look at these two eyes side by side, you can see how much more blended and soft this side is as opposed to this side, which is still kind of harsh out here on the outer corner. So that's why we go back in with the transition shade afterward to kind of sandwich those colors in and mix them with our transition so it's a smooth transition from color to color. Okay, so now that we're all blended in the crease, I think there wasn't exactly a shade in the Vava Bloom palette that I really liked for a lid shade, and I don't love leaving the lid naked like this. So I'm gonna grab a different palette. I'm gonna use the ColourPop Feelin' Bubbly palette, and we're gonna go in with this shade right here, which if my camera will focus, maybe? This shade right here. It's called So Complex. It is essentially like a matte cream. It's not quite stark white, but it's pretty light. So I'm gonna use that just to put on the lid to kind of add something to it without being too much. I don't want to add a shimmer because I really wanted to do matte. So we're just gonna add that shade to the lid, just a very light layer. We're not like really packing it on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start in here closer to my inner corner, and we're just gonna drag it out this way. And I'm kind of putting it everywhere. The only area that I'm not gonna put it is the very outer corner where we built up all of that color, because obviously I don't want to ruin the work that we did out there. But on the inner corner, to make it a softer transition, I'm gonna kind of build that up. So next thing we're gonna do is add some eyeliner. A soft look like this, I don't really like to go in with a black eyeliner because I feel like it too heavily contrasts the light and bright look that we have going on right now. Because I don't want to use a black, I'm gonna go in with the cat hair on everything. I'm gonna go in with the NYX, don't focus on my hand. Yes, focus on my hand. I'm gonna go in with the NYX Epic Ink liner in brown. And these liners are pretty good. They have like a very fine tip, but it's like actual like bristles, kind of like a brush. So I'm doing a very small browning, and that's really just to accentuate and elongate the outer corner of my eyes, because I like this just soft matte kind of pink vibe that I've got going on, and I don't want to overpower it with too much eyeliner. I'm literally just going to connect it to my eyelashes from my outer corner here, but that's it. I'm not gonna line my entire lash line because I think that would look too heavy for a look like this. Now, a deep breath, and then we're gonna do the other side. Are they perfect? No. However, I have given up on trying to do perfectly even eyeliner every time, or even like 20% of the time, because I can't. So this is where we're gonna leave the top of the eyelids. I am doing my base in a separate video because I don't want it to be an hour long like my previous video, and I'd like to be a little more in-depth with how I do my base, just like I spent a little more time with this. I mean, even though it was a simple look, I did a lot more explaining with this, which I think is probably what I'm gonna do from now on, separate eye looks and base looks, unless someone tells me they'd like to see otherwise. If somebody likes the long format videos, I can do the long format videos, but for now I think I'm gonna split them like this, just to make them a little easier to digest. So I'm gonna go do my base makeup, and then we'll be back to do the lower lash line and finish off the eye look. Okay, I am back with the base makeup on. If you want to see how I got to this point, there will be a separate video with all the products and everything, and pretty in-depth. I just didn't want to overdo it and pile everything into one video, so there will be a separate video for the base, but we're gonna go ahead and finish up these eyes now. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with a Sonia Kashuk. It's a brow brush, but it has this angled brush on the end. Originally meant for using powder to fill your brows, but I use it for eye looks. So we're going back with that Vava Bloom palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab that mauve shade that we used in the crease, and I'm just gonna put some snug on the lash line, and only on like the outer third of my eye. So I'm gonna use this little unnamed brush that I have, and I'm just going to go in with that transition shade. Can't actually see to see if you can see this. I'm gonna go in with that transition shade right there, just underneath my lash line, just to kind of smoke it out a little bit, but we're not trying to be like super smoky with it, and I'm only doing the outer third of my eye. The next thing that I'm gonna do, or the last thing for the eyes, I'm gonna go into the waterline with a nude pencil. So this is the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Medium Peach, and I like to use this in my waterline to brighten up. So I'm gonna go in and do that. Don't mind me just getting super close to the, why is there an eyelash in my eye? Anyway, so I'm just gonna go in really lightly, not trying to look crazy. We just wanna like open up the eyes a little bit. So now we're gonna curl our lashes and put some mascara on. And I think because I really want sorry, that took a level of concentration that I'm not used to. I think because I really want long lifted lashes, I'm gonna use a mascara that I have been kind of on the fence about, because like it works, but it's like weird. You'll see in a minute. I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal, is it upside down? It's upside down. L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. Focus. Telescopic Lift. Now, if you have seen this mascara or used it, you know how weird the shape of the wand is. So I still am like struggling to figure out how to use this mascara, to be quite honest. But I think I kind of figured it out. Maybe. So we're gonna put myself to the real test and do it on camera. What I've been doing is using this to kind of like turn and comb, and it's been working fairly well. The only thing that I will say about it is I can't do it quickly, or I will stab myself in the eye. The only thing I will say is like, I did so good on this eye, and then this eye is just a disaster. The only thing that I will say is that it's lengthening and it's really good at separating, but like for me, my eyelashes can look way longer than this on the very tips, and this mascara doesn't really do that for me. So what I'm actually gonna do is double up on mascaras. So I'm gonna do my lower lashes first, and then I'll do another coat on my top lashes. But I'm gonna use the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash, because it has a very skinny little wand. It's really great for lower lashes, but it also helps me with volume quite a bit. I actually almost forgot about this before we do a lip, but I want to put on a little bit of an inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna use this Morphe brush. It is a little like pointed detail brush. And I'm gonna go in with this shade. Let's see, I'm going with this shade right here. It's a very pretty shimmer. And we're just gonna add it to the very inner corner and kind of drag it up onto the eyelid a little bit. And then final step is putting a lip on. So the first thing I'm gonna go in with is the NYX lip pencil. NYX lip pencil in Nude Truffle. And I'm gonna go ahead and overline a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with Juvia's Place lipstick in Nubian Sand. And before I put this on my lips, I would just like everyone to appreciate this lipstick. Like look at how cool that is. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and just tap that in the center. If I use this one too much, it kind of like washes my eyes, kind of washes my lips out a little bit. That's where we're gonna end it. This is the final look. I like it. I think it's very cute. It gives me very much so like romantic date night kind of vibes, which is exactly what I was going for. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's very light. I don't want to say natural looking because like you can definitely tell that I have makeup on, but I feel like it's pretty. It's cute. I like it. So that's it for this video. If you made it to the end, thanks for sticking around. If you would like to see more like this, or more chaos, feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment, interact some way. Please let me know if this format of video and this setup, like the backdrop and everything, and the lighting, are better than the first video, because I feel like they're exponentially better, but I would like to hear other opinions. So if you have any ideas of how to better do my setup, I'm open to suggestions too. So leave me a comment, let me know how it's going and if you enjoyed it or any changes you think I should make. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.